It's time to awaken. On the path of practice, the Buddha spoke of 5 thieves of the mind, the 5 hindrances. They are not enemies outside of us, but shadows within. Sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt. These forces cloud the heart, scatter the mind, and block us from seeing truth as it is. In this series, we will look directly into each hindrance, understand how it arises, and explore ways to transform it. For when darkness is recognized, light naturally appears. The 5 Hindrances, Episode 4, Taming the Monkey Mind, Finding Peace in the Present. Part 1, The Monkey Mind. Have you ever caught yourself staring out the window during a quiet evening at home, only to realize your mind has wandered off to that argument with your grown kids from last Thanksgiving, or the doctor's appointment you have coming up next month? You're right there, sipping your coffee, but your thoughts are everywhere else, replaying old regrets, planning for what-ifs, chasing the next worry like it's the last train out of town. That's the monkey mind at work, folks. And it's not just you, it's all of us. In The Journey to the West, China's ancient novels, there's this legendary figure called Wukong, the Monkey King. Picture him, clever, immortal, bounding from cloud to cloud, pulling pranks on gods themselves. But even when he's hauled before the mighty Buddha, begging for ultimate wisdom, he can't sit still. He fidgets, he schemes, he just can't help but stir things up. Sound familiar? In Buddhist wisdom, they call this uttaka kukucha, that restless itch, the constant buzz of worry and distraction. Your mind swings wildly from branch to branch. One minute it's tangled in the what if I hadn't taken that job back in the 80s, and the next it's leaping ahead to how will we afford the grandkids' college? It plans, it replays, it frets, it wants to fix everything, control the uncontrollable, know the unknowable. And in that endless chase, peace slips right through your fingers. The Buddha put it so simply, yet so profoundly. There is no fire like passion, no grip like hatred, no net like delusion, and no river like restlessness. Think about that for a second. Restlessness isn't just a quirk, it's a river, sweeping us away from the here and now. It carries us downstream, always rushing, never letting us dock at the shore of true calm. But here's the good news. Recognizing that river is the first step to stepping out of it. Part 2, Why the Mind Can't Sit Still. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. My mind's a bit of a rascal. But why does it feel like it's got a mind of its own? Why can't it just settle? Let's turn to an old story that hits close to home, especially as we get a little wiser with age and start reflecting on the road we've traveled. Imagine this. Over 2,000 years ago, in the dusty courts of ancient India, a sharp-minded Greek king named Melinda, think of him as a worldly skeptic, much like some of us who've seen enough life's twists to question the easy answers, sits down with a humble Buddhist monk named Nagasena. The king fires off this puzzle. Reverend Sir, suppose one person dies here and gets reborn in a heavenly paradise, while another is reborn in some far-off village halfway around the world. Who gets there first? Nagasena doesn't miss a beat. They both arrive at exactly the same moment, Your Majesty. The king, eyebrows raised, says, "Come on, give me an example to make sense of that." So Nagasena leans in. "Where were you born, O king?" "In a little village called Kalasi," the king replies. "And how far away is that from here?" "About 200 leagues. That's hundreds of miles. A real trek." "And what about Kashmir? How far is that?" "Just 12 leagues, a day's journey at most." Nagasena nods thoughtfully. "All right, now close your eyes for a second. Picture Kalasi in your mind. That dusty road, the old family home. The king does. Got it. Now, picture Kashmir, the snowy peaks, the bustling markets. Done. Which image took longer to reach you? Nagasena asks with a knowing smile. The king pauses, then chuckles. They both popped up in the same instant. The mind doesn't care about miles or maps. It zips across the universe faster than a shooting star, beyond distance, beyond time, in the blink of an eye. If your mind can vault 200 leagues without breaking a sweat, no wonder it races through decades of memories in a quiet moment. That missed promotion in the 90s, the empty nest echoing now, or the health scare that kept you up last night. Or it darts into tomorrow's uncertainties. Will the retirement savings hold? What if the kids need help? The Buddha saw this as one of the biggest roadblocks to real joy. this mental marathon that tries to rewrite the past and script the future, blind to the fact that peace isn't out there in the chase. It's right here, in the pause. Even in meditation, and I know in our age, sitting still might sound like a luxury we haven't earned yet, the body can be as steady as that park bench, but the thoughts, they're off galloping like a wild Mustang across the plains. Chase them and they bolt faster. The trick isn't lassoing that horse. It's stepping back, watching it run its course. Like clouds drifting across a wide Midwestern sky, you don't yell at the wind to stop, you just don't pitch your tent in the middle of a twister. Let the mind roam, and you'll see, it always comes back. Part 3, the practice of stillness. So if our minds are quicker than a summer storm, how in the world do we ever reel them in? Especially now, when life's handed us a full deck of experiences, joys, losses, those golden sunsets that make it all worthwhile, but also the aches that remind us time's not slowing down. The answer isn't force, it's finesse. As the Buddha taught, just as the ocean grows still when the winds finally hush, so too does the mind clear when we let go of our cravings and gripes. Stillness isn't something you hammer into place, like fixing that leaky roof before the rain hits. It's what's left when you stop splashing around in the shallows. When that monkey mind starts chattering, maybe it's fretting over a bill that arrived yesterday or imagining a family gathering gone wrong, don't wrestle it to the ground. That's like arguing with a squirrel over your bird feeder. It'll just scamper higher. Instead, notice it. Feel it in your chest, that little tightness like you've held your breath too long. Watch how one thought hops to the next. I should have called mom more, to what if the market dips again? Let it hop. You don't have to swing along for the ride. Just sit with it, like watching fireflies wink out on a warm July evening. Over time, and trust me, we've got the patience for this, the mind starts to catch its own game. It sees the pattern, the pointless loop. And in that seeing, peace sneaks in, quiet as dawn. Back in those remote forest monasteries, places that make our quiet backyards look bustling, the monks didn't sit to squash every stray thought. They sat to know the mind, how ideas bubble up like spring rain, dance around like leaves in the wind, then fade into nothing. Those ripples aren't the bad guys. They're proof you're alive, feeling, growing. But poke at them and the pond stays muddy. Leave it be, and soon enough, it mirrors the full moon. Clear, vast, beautiful. This is what they call samatha, tranquility, the kind that feels like sinking into your favorite armchair after a long day. Not about clenching your fists to control the chaos, but opening your hands to let it flow through. Not suppression, but sweet release. And here's the magic that unfolds in that quiet. You realize awareness, that steady you doing the watching, doesn't budge an inch. Thoughts parade in and out like guests at a backyard barbecue. But the host, unmoved, open-hearted, untouched by the small talk. It's not about slamming the door on the mind's party. It's about not confusing the noise for the whole story. When it finally quiets, the world lights up. Colors sharper, worries smaller. Even that old restlessness tips its hat and steps aside. Part 4, returning to stillness. Look, we've all been there, that moment when the mind revs up again, hunting high and low for relief. Maybe it's scrolling through the news on your phone late at night, or pacing the kitchen over a health worry that won't quit. It darts everywhere for a fix, a stiff drink, another worry to drown the first, or endless replays of if only. But peace, it doesn't hide in the hunt. It blooms when the hunting stops. The Buddha nailed it. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. No grand destination after the storm, just the steady steps right now. So next time restlessness knocks, and it will, like an old habit you thought you'd kicked, don't label it a setback. Treat it like a gentle nudge, a dinner bell calling you back. Hey friend, time to practice. We watch it unfold, how it tenses your shoulders, quickens your breath, thrives on that pushback like dry tinder to a spark. Then, with one mindful inhale, feel the air fill your lungs, cool and full. The edges start to blur. The gale softens to a breeze. Keep the body easy, shoulders down, feet planted like roots in good soil. The mind follows suit, settling like dust after a country road drive. Clarity creeps in, and with it, that quiet wisdom we've earned over the years. The kind that knows a worry's just a cloud, not the whole sky. It can't stick if there's nothing to grab onto. Remember seeing that restlessness plain as day? That's freedom knocking, because the calm you've been chasing was never lost. It's the ocean floor, steady under every wave, waiting for you to drop anchor. That monkey mind of yours, it may roam 1,000 miles in a heartbeat, but every breath pulls you right back home to this moment, this breath, this life that's still unfolding beautifully. It's time to awaken, friends. Not to a perfect world, but to the peace that's always been yours. Take a deep one now and let it go. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, may your days be still and your heart full.